So the first thing that you must be aware of for you to be able to have a better chance of being successful with your eBay business is be intentional about the business that you're trying to build. And what do I mean by this exactly? So most people that I come across that want to build their eBay business, whenever I ask them what type of business do you actually want to build on eBay, they don't really know what to say. And the reason why this is a problem is because when people think about starting a traditional business, they normally know what type of business they want to start. For example, a barbershop, a mechanic, a grocery shop. They normally know what type of business they want to go into. However, when people think about starting an eBay business, they don't really think about the type of products they want to sell. They just think about eBay as a general term. And this is the mistake I see most people making, is that they think about eBay in a general sense, which is what you shouldn't do. You should have an idea of what type of products you want to sell and the brand that you want to build. So I'd say for any beginner out there that's looking to start their eBay business, try and think about what type of company you want to build, and remember that eBay is a platform for you to do so. You shouldn't think about building an eBay business. You should be thinking about building a business on eBay. So the second thing that holds a lot of people back, and it held me back when I first built my eBay business, is the fact that when I was doing my product research to find a winning product, I didn't realize that there were 6 things that I needed to look out for to make sure that the product was definitely a winning product. So for example, the first one is that you need to make sure that it's an evergreen product. So most people know exactly what I mean when I say evergreen. You need to make sure that the item that you're looking to sell sells consistently throughout the whole year, and it isn't necessarily a seasonal product that is sold at specific points of the year. And the reason why I like to sell these type of items is because I know that I'm going to be able to generate a source of income from that one product throughout the whole year, instead of me selling an item that sells only at Christmas or only at summertime. With the items that I like to sell within my e-commerce stores, I know that I'm going to be able to rely on that income every single day throughout the whole year. The second thing you need to look out for is whether or not the customers that buy your product once are going to come back and buy the product again and again. So this goes without saying as to why this is important, because if you do sell a product that people need to come back and buy again and again, you're not only relying on just that one sale. If you do make one sale, you're going to know that people are going to come back and buy more and more. And that's why it's very important to make sure that your customer service is 100%, because if you do manage to make a sale and the product that you're selling also requires repeat purchases, then there's a 90% chance that that customer will come back to you if they need to buy the item again. It's also important to make sure that the item is lightweight and has a small size. Main reason for this is because you're going to save money when it comes to you posting the item out, and you're also going to save money when it comes to you receiving the products from your supplier. The next important thing that you need to look out for is whether or not the product has a 50% return on investment. So I'm not going to go too much into details into exactly what I mean, but for example, if you buy a product for $100, the aim of the game is to make at least $150 back, because that means that you've made a $50 profit, which is 50% return on investment. If you're able to find products that have a minimum 50% return on investment, it's going to be better for you in the long run, because you're going to be able to build up cash flow and reinvest that money back into your business. You also need to make sure that you've got a competitive edge with the products that you're trying to sell. And by this, what I mean is that try and find a product that you know that you've got a little bit more knowledge about, which is going to reduce the amount of competition that you're going to have with that particular product. And not only that, you're going to be able to provide a better service to your customers if they got any questions. So for example, I wouldn't necessarily sell women's clothes, even though I know that it's $1 billion industry, because I'm not going to be able to market the product to the best of my abilities. However, if it came to me selling car parts or something to do with something I know about, I'm going to be able to sell the product in a better way, which is going to allow me to have a better chance of being successful. And the final element when it comes to finding a winning product to sell on eBay is to make sure that it has a low defect rate. You want to look for a product that isn't necessarily going to be returned by many of your customers, because obviously if you're making a lot of sales but you're also getting a lot of returns, that's going to eat into your profit, because you have to pay for the postage to send it out to the customer, and you're also going to have to pay for the postage for them to send it back to you. Not only that, you're going to have to now pay for postage to send it back to your supplier, which is going to eat into your profits. So try and remember to look for a product that has a low defect rate, because over time, the less refunds that you get, the better it's going to be for your bottom line. So once you've got an idea of what type of product you want to sell, the next thing that you need to do after that is try and find a seller that is selling the same type of products that you want to sell, and then figure out which product will be the best one for you to invest your time and money into. And not only that, you should also use the seller as motivation into how you should brand your store, how you should name your store and things like that. But let me show you what I'm talking about. So for example, let's say if you wanted to sell mobile phone cases, what you will do is that you will jump onto eBay, type in the item that you're searching for, scroll down and pick one of the top sellers in the list. So for example, I found this seller right here, and as we can see, they've sold over 85 units of this item in the last 24 hours, which is definitely a lot. This is probably the most that I've seen in the last 24 hours. So they're definitely doing well with their business. We can see that the name of their store is called Accessories for Phones, which means that they're focused on selling products within this particular category. So the next step that you guys should take after this is click on Visit Shop, just so that you have an idea of what type of other items they're selling. So straight away we can see that this particular seller is focused on selling mobile phone cases. They don't really focus on any other mobile phone accessories from what I can see. The main product that they're making the majority of their money from is mobile phone cases, which means that if I wanted to start a similar business to what they have, what I would do is that I'll go back over to their listing. I'll copy their username just like this, and what I'll do is jump over to Zik Analytics, which is a eBay product research software that allows you to do various different things, find winning products, but it also allows you to spy on your competitors and see exactly how much money they're making, what's their top products, etc, etc. So I'm going to jump in right now and show you exactly how I use it. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is paste the username for the seller that we was just looking at into the search bar right here. I'm going to leave it at 30 days and I'm going to click on search. So the first thing that I always look at whenever I search for a competitor using Zik Analytics is this section right here that shows the amount of money that they generated in the last 30 days. So we can see that this seller was able to make £138,000 in revenue in the last 30 days alone, which means that this eBay store is on track to do over £1 million this year if they continue at the same pace. And the reason why looking at this number is important is because it gives you the belief to know that you're going to be able to accomplish big things yourself. Now, I'm not saying that you should go away and look for mobile phone cases and start a mobile phone store on eBay, but what I am trying to say is that whatever business that you do intend on starting, it's always good for you to double check exactly what the biggest seller is making, so that it gives you that hope to know that you're going to be able to make even a fraction of that and it's still going to be worth your time. So for example, if I did want to start selling mobile phone cases, the fact that this seller is able to make £138,000 in the last 30 days shows that even if I make 10% of what he's making in 30 days, I'm going to be able to have a really good business on my hands. And not only that, Zik Analytics also shows you what their top performing products were in the last 30 days. So I'm able to see the exact models that are performing well and how many units they sold of that product in the last 30 days and the price that they're selling it for, which means that I'm able to scroll through this list of products and see exactly which ones I want to sell myself, which is going to make the whole product research stage even easier. So moving on to one of the final things that you need to be thinking about as a beginner that's looking to build their eBay store is to make sure that when you're looking for a supplier, try and find the cheapest supplier possible. Now, there's a number of ways that you could do this. One way that you could do it is by going onto a website like Alibaba.com. This is where I found majority of the suppliers that I still use today. But one key thing that I want to let you guys know when you're looking for your supplier is that try and see if you're going to be able to find one locally rather than going straight to Alibaba.com and finding a supplier in China. Try and see if you're going to be able to source whatever product you want to sell locally. Now, not all products are going to be manufactured in the UK or in the US, wherever you're based, so you might need to go over to China to source the product. But if you have found a winning product that you can sell on your eBay store and it's also being manufactured locally, then you might be able to get it at a cheaper price because you're not going to have to pay a large amount in shipping. Because ever since the 2020 pandemic, shipping prices from China have been a lot if you do want to import from China into the UK or from China to the US. So one tip I can give you guys is to make sure that you do research to see if you're going to be able to find a local supplier before you go over to Alibaba.com. Now, if you have tried to find a local supplier and you've not found one, I would say go onto Alibaba.com. The key thing that you need to look out for is to make sure that the supplier has been there for more than 4 or 5 years. So we can see that this supplier has been there for 7 years. In addition to making sure that the supplier has been on Alibaba for a long time, it will also be a good idea for you to double check whether or not they specialize in selling that particular product. So for example, I found this supplier's storefront on Alibaba and we can see that they focus on selling phone cases. This is like the main item they sell. They even sell cases for the iWatch, which means that they're definitely specialists when it comes to selling these type of products. One comment that I get a lot of on this channel is the fact that people are not able to import products from China because the shipping prices are really expensive. And one way that you can overcome that is by contacting a lot of suppliers. Don't just contact 5 or 10 or 20. Try and contact at least 50 or 100 different suppliers so that you're able to get multiple different prices, and then from there you're going to be able to pick the best price. And the reason why I say this is because not every supplier gets the same shipping rates. A lot of suppliers have different relationships with the shipping companies in China. So some suppliers are able to get better prices for shipping because they export in such large quantities. So the shipping companies in China are able to offer them a discount. And that's why it will be a good idea for you to contact many different suppliers instead of you just contacting 1 or 2. If you want to watch a video that I made recently where I broke down exactly what you need to do when it comes to finding the best supplier on Alibaba.com, you can click right there. In that video, I break down step by step exactly how to find the best supplier and what you need to do when it comes to contacting them. So make sure you watch that video straight after this video, because if you enjoyed this video, then you're definitely going to enjoy that one. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the bell notification. Alright guys, I'll see you on the next one. Make sure you stay safe out there. Peace.